Hello, guys. Hope you're doing well. This is TJ, and you're listening to Beyond the Ring podcast. And welcome to my NXT UK review. This week's NXT UK was a really good show, really good matches that we saw in this episode, or a show rather. And before we get into this review, please make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content and reviews like this. So, now that out of the way, let's get into this then. So the first match we actually began the show with was Nathan Frazer versus Kenny Williams. This match was announced last week, and this match didn't have any backstory or something. They did have some backstage segment where they actually challenged each other. Actually, Williams actually interrupted a training session, so that was the way actually this match set up. And but the match itself is not a slouch because this was so good, man. I mean, this match had a story where both guys were confident enough to prove that, I mean, I'm the best, and I'm better than you, kind of thing. That was a story being played out. And the whole story was who's the fastest in the game, and who can escape, and who can be victorious. And that was the whole agenda over here. While Nathan Fraser got an error where both of the guys were actually, Nathan Fraser actually as Kenny Williams, were actually trying to have a small error from either of these guys to capitalize on that. So that was it. Kenny Williams actually was the one who actually targeted the leg of Nathan Fraser, and he worked on the leg very well. And very fast paced match that we saw in this match actually. And I like this match very much, and I was so into this match. I loved the story as well. So a good wrestling match that we saw in this as the opening contest. And in the ending we saw William actually was crawling to the corner and removes the pad that covers the turnbuckle actually, and then pull Fraser head and arm first into it, and before finishing it with a snapmare driver. And that's the way actually Fraser actually as Kenny Williams actually took up the victory on Fraser by cheating, by the way of cheating. So this was the opening match. Then we get to the backstage segment where A-Kid is having his knee torn apart actually last week. So he was shown as backstage, and we also saw a tail end of an interview with Rampage Brown, and he actually was meeting Sid Scala, the assistant of the general manager, and they were discussing something, maybe having a third match, Joe Coffey, Rampage Brown. So they wander into the assistant to the general manager's officer, and they chase out the camera crew, and that was it. We didn't know what was happening, but we are sure that in some weeks we'll be seeing this third match between Rampage Brown and Joe Coffey, and that would be a match to look after. And we get to another promo where Maiko Satomura reminds us that she beat Kaylee Ray, and her next challenger is actually Amal because she actually challenged her last week. So kind of a challenge promo, kind of a character explanation promo, what they are actually looking after, and why are they actually going after this. I mean, kind of laying out the mission, the story, because of what it's happening. So the reason they are going towards it, kind of explaining that. So a good promo by Amel as well. Amel tells us that she's looking to grab her opportunity at the title and show her worth. And I mean, I mean, it's a good promo, and Amel has beaten Meiko actually before, and she actually told that. So I don't remember when she beat. I don't remember that, but could be a good match for Meiko Satomura, and eventually I think so. Meiko Satomura will retain the championship, and we get to another match, second match, which was Mark Andrews versus Lewis Hawley, and Lewis Hawley is the one half of the NXT UK Tag Team Championship. NXT UK tag titles, if you observe, man, it's one of the title which I solely love, man. It's so precious. so look like precious. It so had a vintage feeling kind of a WWE Tag Team Championship back in the day. It had a vibe of that. If you look at the title, and no titles actually have that kind of vibe, and I'm glad that NXT UK is kind of having that kind of look and feel into that. Anyways, this match has a serious implication where Mark Andrews, if Mark Andrews would win, he would get the number one contendership for the NXT subculture team, would get the number one contendership for the NXT UK tag titles against Pretty Deadly. And last week, subculture actually assistant manager to general manager, Sid Scala stated that Mark Andrews would be facing Lewis Hawley, and if he wins, they would be getting the tag title shot. So this was a good match. I mean, a good competitive match between both of them. But it was pretty good to watch through there. And in the end, the selling aspect of this match wasn't that very great. I would say that, because at the end of it, we saw Andrews actually hit actually Holly actually was hit a two Razor Ramon ish that Razor Edge actually onto the mat, as well as onto the turnbuckle and he actually uh, I mean, he actually stand up, and he was kind of didn't sold anything. Mark Andrews didn't sold anything, and it was certainly a good match to watch through. It was fast paced. It had moves, and didn't have any shenanigans or something. Andrews actually built with right hands before a knee slide and an enziguri stunned Holy, and Code Red nearly nicks the win. A springboard Rana from Andrew lands, but Sam Stoker distracts the referee, and Danny Luna and Flash Morgan Webster to neutralize Stoker before Andrews came close with a roll up on a distracted Hurley. And another Saturday DDT from Andrews gets blocked, so he countered into a stun dog millionaire before a shooting star press to get the win. This was fine, a pretty good match, I would say that. Nothing bad or nothing very good. We get to the in-ring debut of Blair Davenport and aka B Priestley. At this moment, I don't have to tell this name because it's already a big news actually, just like Malachi Black or something. If Yeah, certainly, because it's a big name actually NXT UK got, and she's over in international regions, and we have seen her matches, great matches. So I'm very happy. I mean, very happy and hopeful that she would be a great addition to the next UK women's roster. Maybe she would be facing Maiko Satomura in the near future. We could see that, and this was against a newcomer called Laura Di Matteo, and this was a pretty good squash match, I would say. Good squash match where we saw this was not a straight out squash match as well. Matteo had also had got some offense as well on Davenport, but we know for whom this match was. And she actually begins with targeting and slow kind of methodical kind of wrestling with a arm bar body slam, double storm of the middle rope. That was a major opening for Blair Davenport, clubbing forearms weird on Matteo, and Davenport's double jump missile drop kick. And she actually uses Kamioge, Kota Ibushi's finisher, V-trigger, and Kamigoe, and that was it. And she did get the victory. A good squash match, and that was meaningful, and that was good. And post-match, Davenport announces her arrival. That was even good. I mean, she didn't go away just like having a match. She did cut a promo where she announced her arrival and put everyone backstage on notice, even Maiko Satamura. And we have not seen anyone who wrestles like her, she says. And apparently, I will say the obvious reference about using others' moves. And then we got another potential matchup next week or so, where Alpha Valkyrie Genie rivalry is something going on. And Alpha Valkyrie had a match last week, and Genie was looking upon her. So that's latest actually that happened, and they are going to have a match. And Ginny actually takes a dig at how Maiko beat her, and how that gave her a chance to get under Valkyrie's skin. So, and that was this promo. nothing very interesting or something. The problem with this NXT UK, I mean, storyline and all, it doesn't actually include into the details or something. It just like two people talk or something, and two people have something going on, kind of. So just a very, I mean, average build up, but they do deliver in the matches. I've said about it. So we got another promo video after that with Tia Man is with Rohan Raja. We saw that Rohan Raja actually betrayed Ashton's Oliver Carter, actually, where he was being attacked by Tia Man last week. So this is a match, and Rohan Raja Tia Man actually said that. I hope so. I got you on my side. So he says, I am with you always. And so Rohan Raja with team, and it's always good. So getting an opportunity, so could be a good tag team as well, working towards it. So we get to an announcement as well from assistant to the regional manager. So I don't know when regional manager would be coming. The Sid Scala thing. So Sid Scala says that Walter versus Ilya Dragunov is finally set in 2 weeks for the NXT UK title, and this is the second time they're doing. And pretty sure that this is going to be have a rubber match as well. So I am certainly looking towards as well. I hope so. Next time they do third match or something, they do please with on the front of in the front of the crowd, because this match will blow up the crowd, man. Maybe bring them up and have in the NXT takeover or something. And you had NXT UK takeover as well, where NXT guys had come up. So you can do NXT UK championship on the line in the NXT takeover as well. You can always do. So it's NXT. So I guess that should happen in the rubber match or something. So could be great match, waiting for that match. We get to the main event where Trent 7 actually faces Eddie Dennis. On card, on paper, this match doesn't look like a kind of a five-star match, but this really was a very good match, man. Very good TV match that they actually very good match actually they put in the show. And I mean, this was a very physical match. This match was no slouch. This match was no slow or no soft or something for soft guys. This was all out brawl, and Trent 7 all in the beginning he actually started chopping him and taking out him, grounding him, leg dropping him like Hulk Hogan. And I mean, I could say many moves they actually hit, a DDT, storms, slams, and very stiff strikes they actually, and moves as well, very stiff. Dragon suplex and a beautiful emerald flosion actually nearly got the win, but Seven missed a senton off the top rope. So really back and forth action where both of them were picking apart like animals. And that was the story of this match. They want to but when we see the story actually, as I stated the story was very simple. As Trent 7 was kind of having an interview where Eddie Dennis actually mocked him, kind of, because he's just a bridesmaid, not a bride, because he's with Tyler Bate, and he isn't having any wins or something. But he says that last time I had a match with you, I got your victory and I broke you up. So that was the thing that got into this match. So if you see, the story wasn't that very big or something, but the match did deliver very good, man. Then we saw DDT as well. Trent actually faked out a third chop and hitting a DDT instead. He can't keep the upper hand, as a slam has been him down again with cravat from Dennis eventually being fought out of. And in the end, this was a very good. Trent actually had a dragon suplex. Emerald Flusion as well nearly got the win again, but before Seven actually missed a senton off the top rope. And a spinning back fist. Back fist was so on point, man. It was so brutal. It was so nasty to watch through. It was just on to the jaw actually. And it was clear that they were destroying each other. And it really was a over delivered match, I do think so. And in the end, we saw Primet and T-Bone actually. That tag team actually came up. I don't know why the hell they came up. And I thought about something distraction is going to happen. Primate actually distracts, led to a roll up for a near fall. Trent goes back to the back fist and a Birmingham hammer, and that was the ending of this match, where uh, he got anyway. Trent Seven got anyway the victory, because they were Primate and T-Bone were actually helping when he was getting the pinfall. Trent Seven was getting the pinfall. So after the match, they came up because of the anger. They actually Trent Seven got the victory. They actually attacks, and his friend actually Tyler Bate comes up and had a good fun small brawl, and that was it. A good fun ending as well. And I like this episode. This was a very balanced and a good episode. Nothing bad promos and segments as well. And this was a good watch through, a good balanced watch through. All in all. And in next 2 weeks, we are going to get Walter versus Ilya Dragunov 2, and I'm very excited about that match. And that was it. And that was it, this show. I hope you like this episode. Please make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content and reviews like this. And I will see you guys in the next one, guys. Until then, be safe, stay energetic, peace.